Hey folks, it's John from Orb Headphones here again, and today we're doing the review of the Audio-Technica M50s. These have been a headphone that, as I mentioned in our unboxing video, people have been asking us about for almost the entire time we've been in business, and we finally have them in stock. They're only $159.99 and absolutely probably hands down the best value that we have in the store right now. I just had a little while to spend some time with these headphones and I am just blown away. They're probably one of the best headphones I've ever tried out. They definitely blow anything I've tried out of the water so far. Admittedly, I haven't really tried too many super high-end, like $1,200, $1,400 headphones, but at the same rate, I'm really not interested in those kinds of headphones for the type of use that I use them for, because they really wouldn't last too long. So let's get into it. We're going to do a quick review of these guys and talk about what makes them so special. One of the things I wanted to point out while we're still on this side of the table is that these are the, as I mentioned earlier, the straight version. They're not the corded cable, and this thing's about 9 feet long, and it is probably a little bit longer than you're gonna want for everyday use. So I would start by recommending this version for studio use, and the corded version if you want to just sort of carry them around. I know that might be slightly contradictory to what I sort of indicated in the earlier video, but just after thinking about it and actually walking around with these things, I probably wouldn't want to be stuffing the extra cable in my pocket. But the corded ones, I've used the V6, those are a corded cable, and I did just fine with those. So I think if you're going for everyday use, the corded one will be great, which is what we have listed on the website right now. So you don't even have to think about it really. I just wanted to point that out. Not really a downfall, but just something to be aware of. So that being said, let's get right into the review of the Audio-Technica M50s. Alright, so the M50s. Why are they so special? What makes them great? Why is everyone talking about them? To start off with, I think part of it is their price point. When you buy these headphones, you're really getting truly a top-of-the-line headphone for under $200. In any event, no matter where you buy them, from us under $175. So it's really truly an excellent value, and that's one of the leading factors I think in what makes them so great. But that's not where it stops. Clarity, richness, depth, all of these things are present in these headphones. Just from I put on a song that I recently produced with a friend of mine, and the kick drum just like right away hit me as like exactly how I wanted it to sound to the end listener. It was just everything that I was sort of hoping for in a track that really honestly isn't even done yet. It's not even mastered. So in terms of, you know, that quality of like, can headphones magically bring out things in your music that you weren't hearing before, and this whole elusive concept of you know, really being able to hear frequencies that you weren't picking up on earlier. These are the headphones that actually do that. You're gonna hear more of what you're listening to, if that makes any sense, without a doubt, using these headphones. And on top of that, sort of they combine that beautiful, rich clarity and balance at the same time with a really nice, powerful, rich low end. So the frequency response on these things is 15 to 28 kHz. So basically, super huge range, all the way down to stuff only an elephant can hear, and then way up to like, you know, hummingbird songs. So basically these headphones represent and articulate everything throughout the audio spectrum that is even humanly audible. So that's part of why they're so clear. Aside from that, they're really loud, but not too loud. They're not the kind of loud that's gonna start cracking up and distorting. I had these full volume with some unmastered tracks and some mastered tracks, and neither of which started to distort at any volume level, so they really hold up pretty well. I don't want to say overdriven, but with a lot of gain being pushed behind them, they still sound perfect. So that's a plus if you like your stuff loud. I know a lot of us do. So in terms of their functionality, their actual build, their design, they have a couple different ways that you can fold them up. So they're super portable, they're great for traveling, throw them in your DJ bag, that kind of stuff. They do have a plastic build with some sort of, they're not really locking points, but they're just sort of points where it sticks so that you can, it stays in place without just falling down. And I can just kind of imagine the fact that these are plastic, and after doing this little motion here 10,000 times, as I probably would of putting these in my backpack, yeah, that's probably not going to stay like that, and you're probably going to have, the flopping around of these, but I don't think that's really a big deal. I don't think that's really too much of a concern. I just wanted to sort of point out that they are primarily a plastic build headphone, and that might sort of contribute to their value factor. But at the same time, even though they're plastic, nothing about these in any way feels cheap. They're just sort of lightweight, and that's kind of a plus. It's a nice sturdy plastic, and none of the pivot points or points of connect are really that thin. In fact, everywhere is nice, thick, meaty. You have a steel and plastic reinforced headband. In a lot of cases, you might just have the steel. Worst case scenario, you might just have the plastic. Here, Audio-Technica was smart enough to include both. So this is just a really sturdy, rigid design that I think is going to last many years to come. You have your left and your right indicators on either side, and one thing that maybe I would like to see in the future for these headphones, honestly, I would like to see in the future for any headphone over $100, but it's just not realistic when it comes to the manufacturer's goals, but replaceable cables. These are great headphones, and should your cable go, you're just kind of out of luck. You're going to have to either get someone to replace the cable via soldering it and getting into the headphone and messing with it, or you're going to have to just buy a new pair of headphones. And when it's really not that difficult to construct the headphones with a replaceable cable in the way that Beats does on all of their headphones, the way that SMS does, the way that Soul Republic does. It might be a really good step in the right direction for brands like Audio-Technica, Sony, some of these other sort of older players to the game. I don't really want them to come into the sort of new era of headphones pulling out all the same tricks and stops that some of these newer brands are, because I don't think it would work for them. It's not true to who they are. However, one of the recent improvements to common headphone design has to be the replaceable cable, in my opinion. You see it on almost all new headphone brands, and to be honest, I think Audio-Technica, like I said, other brands that have been around for a long time sort of established themselves as industry type headphones when it comes to the real true audio studio industry. Why not have a replaceable cable? You're already you're already cemented in our hearts as, our brand to those who love them. For me, it's Sony. For most people, it's Audio-Technica, and for me, it's probably now going to be Audio-Technica. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna buy your products anyway, so what the heck? Give me a replaceable cable, let me replace the cable, get an extra couple years out of the headphones, and I'll come back to you when the headphones themselves die. Not that I really think brands are intentionally doing this whole, not putting a replaceable cable so that you buy more headphones in the long run, but I'm also not saying they're not doing that. So, I'll leave that one up to you. That's kind of the only negative thing I can really say about these headphones, and even at that, it's not that negative. It is what it is. So, Audio-Technica M50s. These are the straight cable version, as I mentioned before. We have the coiled cable version on the site right now. $159.99. You're not going to find much of a better price anywhere out there, especially from someone who's an authorized Audio-Technica dealer like us. So, pick these up from the link below. Folks, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy our videos. Please tell a friend, share it on Facebook. Let people know we're really trying to generate an awesome community centered around headphones and talking about them in an honest, open manner. So be sure to subscribe. Talk to you guys soon.